The newest set of Magic the Gathering cards is here. Trying to find some vintage playables in a low power standard could be difficult, but I may have found one. Okay, welcome back, vintage gamers, to the first league with the new set, Murders at Markov Manor. It's not Markov Manor, is it? It's Karlov Manor. All right, whatever. Murders at Karlov Manor. Kind of looks like an underwhelming set, to be honest, at least in terms of vintage. Obviously, the bar to be vintage playable is quite high. So, you know, you don't expect a lot of cards to be very good in vintage. And there are some actually really nice ones, but they're more, you know, sideboard tech and answers. There's like an uncounterable destroy a creature or planeswalker spell. There's like a green that modular spell that kills like artifacts, enchantments, and flyers or something like that. So there are a couple like really reasonable sideboarding and like role-playing options, but there's not a lot of build around me or like super strong cards. One card that did catch my eye is this Forensic Gadgeteer. This card is very similar to a lot of other cards in the similar vein for 2 and a blue. It is a 2/3 whenever you cast an artifact spell, investigate. So you get a clue token, which has tap 2, sack it, and draw a card. But it has a additional static ability of activate abilities of artifacts you control cost 1 less to activate. This effect cannot reduce the mana cost to less than 1. So really, whenever you cast an artifact spell, you're getting a token that lets you crack for 1 to draw a card. So pretty reasonable thing. Very goes well with a lot of different kind of artifact decks in vintage. Goes pretty nicely with things like Urza, where the artifact itself is going to tap for blue. So this will just turn it into cast an artifact spell and draw a card, which is not a effect that doesn't already exist, but it usually exists on like maybe 1 more mana. It is a nice combination with the card Basalt Monolith, where you actually make infinite mana with it. But Basalt Monolith is not really a card you want to play in your deck typically. You could maybe make it work in Legacy, where there are lots of things to do with your infinite mana. You know, there's 4 Karns, there's 4 Mystic Forges, 4 One Ring. So there's lots of things to do with infinite colorless mana. In Vintage, if you got infinite colorless mana, you like not a lot of things to do. You can, if you have an Urza as well, then maybe you can just go through your whole deck and win. If you have like a walking ballista, then you can go, you know, infinite that way. But there's like, once you like start putting like 4 monoliths and 4 gadgeteers in your deck ends up becoming like clunky and kind of bad, and like it ends up being like worse Jewel. So what I've done here is I've actually just added a Karn that I can get our Basalt Monolith if we ever want to try to like make infinite mana. Maybe we, you know, get a monolith with our Karn, and then on the next turn we get a portal and cast a portal or something. So if you're looking at this deck list and you're like, where have I seen this before? This is almost the exact same list as the Chrome Host Seed Shark deck. I figured Chrome Host Seed Shark is basically the same card as this. Whenever you like cast a non-creature spell, you get a big old creature. This time, like instead of getting an artifact that turns into a creature, you get an artifact that turns into a card. Might actually end up working better with the old 8 Force of Will we have going on here. So maybe this fills that Chrome Host Seed Shark spot a little bit better. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to take an existing deck, try out this new card from the new set. If you have cards from the new set that you think could work, let me know. I did film a video beforehand of I made a Walls deck with the big crocodile elk turtle. Unfortunately, it was not close to playable, not remotely close to playable, and we had very, very, very few games where we actually did anything of relevance. So I have to record this video here with some nice blue cards for you to get the juices going. So I will see you in round 1 with our Forensic Gadgeteer deck. Have you ever wanted to win your own real Black Lotus? The legendary NYSE Vintage Tournament returns this June 22nd on Long Island in New York. 15 proxy, high-stakes, paper vintage action with 8 whole pieces of unlimited power as prizes. You are not going to want to miss it. Check out more information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, here we go, round 1. I got a nice hand. Ooh, forces, tons of mana. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's nice to be playing a powerful deck again. Like I said, I filmed an Elk Turtle League, and I was really hoping that one would be good enough to make a video, but such is not the case. Maybe our opponents will be a little kinder to us than my opponents in that league. That league, we got Bazaar Baghdad a few times. We got turn 1 Doomsday with double counterspell backup. It was a classic vintage outing. Grief pitching Silver Smote Ghoul. So that means we are getting Bazaar Baghdad. I'm going to just go force pitching negation. Don't really need this negation here, and I would much rather keep my Mystical Tutor or my Urza. Negation is not going to protect me on my turn anyways, so I might as well just cash in. Okay, so my opponent has Force blue card, Grief black card, 7-card Bazaar hand? 6-card Bazaar hand. Not bad. All right, so are they going to take Urza or are they going to take Mystical Tutor? So the problem here is if they take Urza, I go Mystical Tutor Tinker. If they take Mystical Tutor, I play an Urza, and then they have to beat the Nizar. All right, so they've correctly evaluated that Tinker is the problem. Typically is. All right, 1 hollow one, no dredgers, no cards in hand. All right, that feels beatable with an Urza for sure. A Gadgeteer. All right. Now, whenever we cast an artifact, we draw a card. Not bad. I think the first thing we want to do is just deploy the Urza. Actually, almost couldn't cast this off this too. Can't though. Unfortunately, this does not reduce the cost of my Urza's activated ability, but... Alright, upkeep, activate. They did not hit a Dredger. If they did hit some things, they could Ichor it if they wanted to Ichor it. They don't. Draw for turn. Attack. Oh, their natural draw for turn was Bazaar? Oh, okay, sure. Why not? Reasonable. Very reasonable. Alright, look to draw like a Moxen here. Another Gadgeteer. Not ideal. I mean, we should get another turn, so we should at least be able to try to go off, take infinite turns or such. Probably just taking 4. Any reason to... No reason to not... I guess this blocks an Icarid. I'll just hit for 2. Okay, so... If we draw a Moxen, we do go off for sure. The problem is my opponent did hit a Dredger here, so they have double Icarid. We might just die. Man. To be fair, if these were Chrome Host Seed Sharks, we would be in the same position here. So maybe what we really need is a 1 ring. 2 Narcomoeba, 2 Chill. Puts me down to 8. Oh, I might have to chump with this Gadgeteer. Yeah, I don't know. My opponent draws the Bazaar of Baghdad off their natural draw after activating an upkeep and going to 0. Like, what? Come on, man. All right, they hit 3 Creeping Chills. That puts me to 5. 2 Icarids. So I block 1 Icarid and I chump the hollow one and I go to 2. All right, well, it's a winnable game. It's just not a good spot. Actually, dead on board if they had hit their 4th chill. Just crazy. Classic Dredge outing. All right, well. I no longer have my Gadgeteer in play, but Moxen are still good draws. 2 artifacts. So I have 4 mana. So, oh god, I have a Mana Vault in play. Oh no, I'm at 1. All right, we're dead. We're dead. All right, well, I thought we had a lot of time considering my opponent had no Dredgers and they missed on their first activation, but then they drew another Bazaar and everything went to shit. If they hadn't drawn a Bazaar, I think we would have had some time there. I don't know if it's enough time, but I have noticed my deck does not have any ley lines in the sideboard. Not ideal. Let's bring in the Hercules Recall and the Needle and the Sphinx, and we'll take out the Citadel and the Karn and the negations. Oh god, how do we do that? Maybe it's just the negations. Oh, I have a Tabernacle. That's a good one. Maybe I just am taking out negations because negation just has no targets. It's not good. Yeah, I guess that's the place. That's it. Okay, sure. Don't think we're really set up for Dredge, huh? I mean, we do have the 1 ring, which is quite good, but... All right, I mean, our opponent had double permission into, double permission into kill me. I had Tinker, but I had Tinker with force backup, but it just wasn't good enough. This hand is not amazing. Dies to a lot of things, unfortunately, but I don't think we have the ability to really play around that in any meaningful capacity. So this just looks like a jam and hope it works kind of line. It's probably like Saga, Cage, Lotus, go. Haven't seen any Vigors. They're on 4 cards. They have a counter spell for Cage. It's pretty bad. But if they have like a Grief for Cage, it's not the end of the world. Cage doesn't stop them from dredging though. Also doesn't stop them from creeping chilling. All right, well, 4 card hand from the opponent. Power of the London Mulligan. I'm gonna deploy the Lotus, even though I can get it Vigored because I don't want to get it griefed. All right, we didn't get Vigored, so that's good. Let's see what our opponent does to us here. We have this, and then pass. Mana Crypt. All right, so second Saga. Mana Crypt's gonna make the biggest tokens possible. Do I have I have a Needle, right? But I don't have a Soul Guide Lantern. Maybe an oversight in deck building here. All right, here's an activation. Dredgers. All right. I mean, the game's going to end really quickly, so we have very large constructs coming. That's just a natural draw. Looks like they're just trying to find a Vigor, maybe. Looks like multiple natural draws. I feel like this one Cage might just do it. I guess that's the fragility of Bazaar. I don't even think my hand was particularly good. My opponent's hand was just much worse. They had to mulligan like 4. Wasteland. Well, that saves them for a little while. Hollow one, sure. The big problem... I really wish I had a Soul Guide, but maybe it doesn't matter. Time Walk, jeez. Okay, sure. Just trying to get this game over with, because there's not much left to play for here. I expect a concession. I guess we'll take a Gadgeteer. Seems like the best. Not that we're playing it. Can't make lethal here, so... I mean, I can make a lethal attack, but I can't make... I can't let my opponent... Alright. So their Bazaar is needled. There's a Cage in play. I'm attacking with an army of construct tokens, and they have accepted defeat. I like that. Game 3, though, where I don't have a ley line, huh? I guess I have a powerful deck, so maybe that makes up for it. I drew my Sphinx. I mean, I have to keep this hand, right? I feel like I have to keep this hand. It's just so powerful. It's not unreasonable to cast this Sphinx, right? Oh, it is. I don't have a white land, so I'd have to draw Pearl or Lotus. They kept a 6-card hand. It's not a great sign. I do have a Brainstorm in my deck, I guess. I could put the Sphinx back in. I'm just not even sure that's good enough. I feel like wholly underboarded. Like at the very least, I could put a Soul Guide Lantern as well. I don't know. Grief. And 2 Dredgers? Jeez. Okay. So I assume they just take Tinker. And then I'm off to the races with Ancestral. I mean, I think this is just a key. Like, it's just so powerful, right? It's pretty decent against Thoughtseize. Took the Tinker. Hollow one card in hand. All right, let's see how good this Ancestral is. Academy, that's a good draw. Probe, Soul Ring, Academy, Saga. I need Saga. Damn. I don't know if I'm going to be fast enough here. Force is too late. All right. Maybe I can get a Vault Key before I die. I don't know. Like, I'm going to get dredged a ton here. They have a Stinkweed Imp and a Golgari Thug. Looks really bad for me. All right. That wasn't too bad. Just Narcomoebas and an Amalgam. That was definitely not the worst thing that could have happened. I guess this Saga can find a Lotus for Sphinx, right? I just need to make it to that point in life, which could be challenging. See what happens. It's a third artifact. Definitely need a construct. Just I don't think I can cast Lorien, right? The One Ring? That's just the bestest draw in my whole deck, right? Make a construct, play an academy, play a One Ring for exactly enough mana. Draw a card. Oh yeah, they're dead. All right. Never mind. Just draw the good cards. I'm even protected from chill, right? Or am I not? Nope, I am not protected from chill. Good God. That's a magic card. Oh, I don't have a black mana to Vamp Tutor, huh? Oh, I guess I can play a black mana with this. Oh, I can't tinker this away, though. So, maybe I wasn't supposed to draw. Lose one. Alright, so I just get Vault Key and kill my opponent. Just go get a Manifold Key. Then I'll just go get Time Vault, and they'll die. Alright. That's what I meant by my hand's super powerful. Alright, got one. Alright, we continue. I've got a ring and a Saga. I wish I had a force. Am I allowed to keep this hand, though? Well, let's try it. I kind of think it depends. It really depends on like what kind of deck my opponent's playing, right? Like I'm gonna lead Saga here and we'll see what happens. Obviously, I can't play a Gadgeteer on the next turn, but I have lots of other options. It really depends on which deck my opponent's playing, if this hand is acceptable or not. In the blind, I'm going to err towards it's probably not an acceptable keep. Mono white. All right, well, now I think we're in a great spot because I don't care about Athalia here. I'm going to make construct tokens and they're going to lose, so... This is pretty good. Kind of need to have a wasteland here. That sets them back a turn anyways. Maybe I'm not fast enough. Maybe if they just go... Oh, they do have a wasteland. Damn. Okay, so I take 1,000,000 damage to make this construct, but it's probably going to be worth it. Oh, they have a follow-up Dauntless? Oh, that's bad. Okay, maybe I'm overestimating myself here because I can't play the ring this turn. I now draw the Force of Will. Okay, needed the Force of Will a little earlier. Can force their next play here as long as they don't have a Cavern, though. Then I can untap and ring, probably. Maybe it comes into play tapped. Wait, maybe I have some problems here. Maybe this doesn't actually work out. Oh, they have Cavern. Oh no. I was so ready to win this game, and now I'm dead. They have Cavern kill my Saga. Oh, this is a classic Saga outing here. Was my Saga better than Basic Island? No. It was not. Thank you, Saga. Dying twice. Yeah, I mean, this looks lost. This looks super lost. Uncounterable. Yeah, get me out. All right. I was bested, really. I mean, it was not close here. I thought we would be in a good spot, but you think they drew the strip mine off the top? Don't know. Not ideal, though. All right, well, I have some removal spells here, as well as a portal. I don't mind taking out these negations, and this misstep, and this probe. And I probably want another chain. Something like that is probably reasonable. And then Karn can go out on the draw. Wow. I got really, really destroyed, huh? I mean, my hand was just not good, right? I needed to keep a hand that had some Moxen or a Force or something. Or if I had even gone like Ancient Tomb, like if I had Force, like I can go Ancient Tomb, go Force their Thalia, and Ancient Tomb One Ring win. I think in general it was just a mulligan, but my opponent was just extremely ready to answer sagas, right? I mean, to be fair, they had a strip mine, so they could hit up our Ancient Tomb anyways. Yeah, this hand slaps, though. This land does have fast mana. I think I'm interested in... I think I'm interested in Underground, Mana Crypt, Time Walk, Saga One Ring. Though they gotta be careful about my life total in this situation here. Could be a problem. But I mean, use my powerful cards, right? Don't mess around with this. This card is kind of wish I was a Chrome Host Seed Shark actually. So not a good look. Currently haven't been able to do anything with this card so far. All right, lost the flip. I have a Saga and I have a ring. And I'll draw. Okay. So I have a million cards, a removal spell, and a construct token coming. I can almost concede from here. Oh, maybe they have a null rod. I don't have a force. Is it a Harkon? Oh, a Peacekeeper. Sure. I mean, this Fatal Push is so bad. It's just like so much worse than being oh, Dismember. Dismember is just so much better. I guess it could be a cut down, but the cut down doesn't even kill this, right? So what are they gonna name here? I don't even know. I guess they can name the ring or something. Yeah, that's fine. This thing's only a 2/3. Damn. Why White's creature's also strong? Want to flip? That's nice. Ancient Tomb. I think I just play this Gadgeteer and make a construct. I think it's fine not to draw this turn. Construct's at 3/3 anyways. I think we're okay with that. Eventually the saga goes away and I can just fatal push this, right? So then we're cooking. I guess if they wasteland my saga, that changes things. Oh, actually, it only costs 1 to activate right now because that's so funny. It only costs 1 to activate because it gets reduced. It costs 2, and then it should only cost 1. That's funny. I mean, they still can't attack. Oh, sick. They have a wasteland as well. Oh, maybe I am losing. I mean, if I have a fetch, do I even have any fetch lands in my deck? How do I use this wasteland? What was I thinking with this? Sorry, this fatal push. Like, how am I ever supposed to get this fatal push online? Seems unplayable. All right, well, I lose a life from that. This fatal push is garbage. And then I lose. I mean, I might just lose to this mana crypt before I do anything in life. Chain of Vapor. They could sack a. Like, they can't sack a land here. Chain your Peacekeeper. Do you want to sack a land and bounce something? Even if they do, it goes on the stack. I just activate, right? So, oh my god, I just used my blue mana though for fatal push. It's fine. I have another one. I can Lorien revealed into a black mana, kill this, and make some spells happen. They're considering. They don't have like a land drop though. I see. Well. This like did not work out very well, did it? Should I not have Revolt? Do I have Revolt? Oh, I don't have Revolt, right? Wonderful. Can I even afford to like... Oh... This looks really bad for me, doesn't it? This Fatal Push is the worst magic card. Why is this in my deck? I need to change this. This Fatal Push cannot be in my deck. I have like no way to trigger Revolt. Right? Like nothing. I have a Sensei Stop and a Saga. Oh, deck building error. This thing's a Soldier Werewolf, so it can't go unblockable this turn. That's good. Wait, what are they doing? Why are they tapping the Ancient Tomb and not the Mana Crypt? Whatever. So they're gonna name the One Ring. I mean, I can just pay 1 for the One Ring activation. It's fine. All right, take 1 damage, take 2 damage, take 3 damage. Pass this. Investigate. Oh, that's good actually. Wait a second. Include triggers Fatal Push. That's good. Do I want to take 1 to just activate the ring instead of Fatal Pushing? Kind of do. Chain. I feel like we should be able to win the game this turn somehow. So if I float a bunch of mana and chain all my stuff, and then I chain the Peacekeeper. If I vamp for Tinker And then I play and draw with top, and I tinker away my mana crypt. Tinker away my One Ring. Let's... All right. There's gotta be a way to like just win on the spot with Vamp here, right? So I could Vamp for Karn and get a Monolith. Make infinite mana. Does that actually do anything? Wait, the portal is in my deck. Whatever. Let's just tinker our opponent here. It's like gotta be fine, right? Oh, it almost is lethal, right? I need 2 more artifacts. Well, wait, is this lethal? So I put it back, and then I play a jet, and I go up to 13. And then I draw with the clue, go back down to 12, play a Sensei's top, and go to 15. Oh, I have lethal. Ooh, that was cool, actually. That was pretty freaking cool, right? So I crack one of these clues for the Sapphire. It puts down to 9. I play a jet up to 12. I play a Sensei's top up to 15. Wow, very cool. So I didn't have to tinker them. wait, I guess maybe I did. Oh, wait, we have more games. Cool. Very cool. Let's get the Karn out of here and put the Sphinx in. Do I want negations on the draw? Man, this Fatal Push looks so bad, though. Like, this doesn't actually kill anything, huh? It's fine. It's fine to have, I guess. I think I don't want the negations. I don't really have room for them. That was cool, though. That was really cool. We did something sweet. Mm. Oh boy, I hope this is good enough. I'm gonna keep it, but I mean, it has so much fast mana. Oh no, they have a Black Lotus draw. Black Lotus, what? Peacekeeper. All right. Guess it could have been a lot worse. They just named Black Lotus. They named Engineer. Gadgeteer, I should say. We could, if they do like nothing else this turn, I can go Island, Ruby, Lotus, Lorien. If they name Lotus, I can just go Island, Ruby, Lotus. Or I could go Ancient Tomb, Lotus, Gadgeteer, Ruby. I wish this thing was a 3/3, man. Why is it a 2? I wait, Chrome Host Seed Shark would have been a 2/4, right? I don't know. In this matchup, it feels like I want Chrome Host Seed Shark. Nice opener. Not bad. Have a force. Will travel. Okay, I think the best play is... I think I just want to play the Gadgeteer, right? I can go Ancient Tomb, Lotus, Gadgeteer, Ruby. Activate. Cool. All right. Hopefully they don't get caverned. I can't imagine they would have a cavern if they like just slammed Lotus, no cavern on turn 1, right? Obviously they're beating me down here, but hopefully all the draws in my deck are pretty good now. All the artifacts have cantrips on them for 1. They just have cavern? Come on, man. What would I do wrong? What would I do wrong? They just must have just drawn it, right? Or you would have played Cavern Human Lotus. Why is that a thing? One Ring? Urza. Don't have double blue for Urza now. And it might be hard for me to get double blue for Urza. Oh, things are bad. Things are quite bad. It's gonna cost me way too much to like dismember this thing, right? Wow, I think I'm just lost. I don't want this thing to flip. I dismember this. Is it better? Not really. Rather have my guy back. I can't believe they've just played Cavern after I drew Force. Like, they definitely didn't have a Cavern before, right? Oh, this puts me off of Urza. I don't think they have a follow-up, though. I have to go find a blue land. All right, well, this lets me double block. Oh, it doesn't let me double block. Okay, it does not let me double block. All right, well. Your move, opponent. Hopefully they don't draw human. I should have... Oh, no. I should have played the Ancient Tomb instead. All right. Not good. Maybe I should have just gone Mana Crypt and just done it. I just don't feel like it's good right now. It's a human. It's an Archon. Archon, go to 1, pitch a Gadgeteer. All right, I'm at 1. Emerald, investigate, draw. Mana Vault, Mana Crypt, investigate, draw. Ancestral. Let's do Mana Vault. Investigate. Draw. Lorien revealed. So I could tap my Mana Vault, Lorien revealed, and play an Urza, and then I have to win my Crypt Flip, or I can just Ancestral right now. I'd rather just Ancestral right now. I drew Dismember, which I can't cast. All right, so I need to chump block, win a flip, and then something. They have Solitude, I guess. I just die on the spot. All right, I need to win a flip. Any flip winners? I feel like I played this game badly. I want to flip. Okay. And then I drew a jet. Wait, I'm winning. Not really. So I can kill their thing, but I don't need to kill their thing. I need to kill my Mana Crypt, right? So I guess the answer is just Urza spin. Because my Mana Crypt is actually going to threaten me, whereas their thing no longer threatens me. I can draw Chains or Tinker, or should I use my Mana Vault? I guess I can just use my Construct token because I can block. Or I should like go for lethal. Chain? Saga. All right, well. I mean, land Dungeoneer kills me. I just don't feel like I can lose this game if I deal with my Mana Crypt, so that's why I'm just going all in to try to deal with the Mana Crypt. Like, there are ways I can lose the game, but like Mana Crypt is the way I'm losing this game at the moment. Like, this is gonna get me a top, and from there, like, should be really good. Draw lots of cards if I want. Dismember. I really wish I'd played this game differently. Was there anything I could do to play this game differently? Oh, is this a... Oh, it's a Peacekeeper. Huh. Well, I guess they name Urza or Saga or something. I don't know. I mean, the game isn't based on my Mana Crypt flip, right? I still don't care about these Peacekeepers at all. Name Dismember. All right, here we go. Flipperino. Can I win another flip? No. I feel like I'm the one who lost this game, though, right? Drawing a Gadgeteer. Yeah, I don't know. This game feels so easy, though. If I just... I feel like... I don't know. Did I mean... I'd have to go back and look. Rough. All right, we're back for round 3. Just got finished recording a nice, cool thing. You probably actually will end up seeing it in the intro of this video. A nice intro for NYSE. NYSE is a really cool Magic tournament that's coming up. high stakes paper vintage action for real power. Very, very excited about it. I'm gonna keep this hand. So if I go crypt, vault, ring, or I can go crypt, soul ring, vault, ring, top. I think I'm putting back the demonic because even though, oh man, even though this negation doesn't do anything, the whole plan is to draw blue cards with the ring. Maybe that's like not really a realistic plan. I guess I could also blind draw a force with this. All right, we got a resolver. That's good for the home team. Did not draw a blue card, but we can still blind draw a blue card with top if we need it. Hopefully this just gets us to where we want to go, though. Underground Sea. Okay. We also have to keep in mind we're taking a bunch of damage every turn. Dark Ritual, is it Doomsday? Oh, a Sedgemoor Witch. You got it. That's a classic. Dark Ritual, Sedgemoor Witch. All right, so I'm going to take about 1 million damage here. Maybe I'll actually pay... Let me draw now and see what we draw before I figure this out. Okay. Yeah, let's pay for this Mana Vault. I'm actually kind of worried about my life total with this switch in play as well. Yeah, I lost a flip. Like, I'm not playing anything this turn. I guess now I am. What am I doing with this? I think I'm just plussing it so I can minus it next turn if I need to. Maybe I just plus it and kill my mana crypt. How much mana do I need next turn? I have 3 mana plus that. Shouldn't need to kill my mana crypt off yet. I could stand up my Sensei's top and block and draw, but this thing has menace, of course. All right, I'm just gonna leave my mana crypt. I think I'm okay with taking a 3 here. I am still kind of concerned though. Vamp should be fine. Okay with my opponent making themselves use the top of their deck. Like if it's ancestral, I have negation anyways, right? Can't be artifact fast mana. Kind of has to be ancestral. All right. So they make a bunch of tokens. They have 3 damage now. Are they going face place? No, they're going to go Karn. So I'm going to take 1 million. I'm not going to untap the mana vault this time because I need all the mana I can get probably. 11 life. Saga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drew 3 forces. I see. Well, now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Guess I have to spin and try to find something good. Forensic Gadgeteer. The problem is I'm dying. So if I were to draw Forensic Gadgeteer, I only have 1, 2, 3 mana. So I can't make infinite mana. I probably need to kill off this Mana Crypt as well. So I could almost die. I think this is like really bad though. It's like, what am I really doing? I'm not actually progressing this game in any meaningful way, right? I'm gonna just kill off my mana crypt. Hopefully they'll keep targeting the Karn. This at least blocks pest tokens, I guess. I'm like really happy my opponent attacked Karn. Oh, they're just killing off Karn. Alright, I am okay with that. Karn did not seem like it was helping me in any way, so... So the question becomes, I don't want to draw the cards that I saw underneath besides the top. So I will take one, and then I will take three, and then... Oh, I will have to do that anyways, unless I, like, rearrange or something. I'm at 6. Ugh. If I take 4, I die if I can't make a blocker, but I can make a blocker, so I guess it's fine. Ooh, Time Walk. That's a good one. All right. I mean, it's not great still because I do need to get rid of my One Ring. I need to pay for my Mana Vault probably if I force here. I guess I could have Flusterstorm. Oh no. All right, this is fine. Man, I love Flusterstorm, Sedgemoor Witch. It's so cool. I think we just pay. Now, if they have 2 Flusterstorms, that's where things get bad. All right, so this means I don't have to pay for my mana vault. Oh, they have 2 Flusterstorms? Wow, we die. We certainly die. That's wild. All right, I mean, I've been bested, right? Like I can't time walk through that, and then I take 1,000,000 damage and die. Huh. Well, the ring did not do what I needed it to do. Maybe I was supposed to just negate the dark ritual. Awkward. I mean, I kind of like my setup here. It looks fine. I guess I was supposed to just negate the dark ritual. That would have helped me out a lot. I think we also drew like a little badly, but what am I gonna do, right? So far, I mean, that didn't matter there, but I hit no tutors, right? I hit no tutors. I just hit only counters, which I guess is like half of my deck. Why do I feel like our life game is actually just a continual problem when we try to do this kind of deck? I'm definitely keeping this hand. I have counter magic. I have powerful cards. I just have to complete some sagas, and my opponent's only on probably 3 wastelands, so artifacts give me blue mana too, so this looks like a vault key win if I'd ever seen one. Let's see what's in my opponent's hand. Assume a bunch of Flusterstorms, considering their Sedgemoor Witch deck. Oh, actually, they might not even be on wastelands because I don't think that Karate Dam was running. Yeah, that's fine. Don't think Karate Dam was running Dark Ritual, so it's probably a brew of Spike's own creation. Spike was the one who beat us with Jund Deathray Shaman the other day, if I remember correctly. So willing to experiment, I would say. Wasteland. Okay, so there is Wasteland. So they're gonna hit this one. That's fine. Really need the artifact, so. I think they probably have a Flusterstorm too. I guess that doesn't matter too much. If I just get a jet. And I get an Academy, and I cast Ancestral. I can pay for a Fluster or a Spell Pierce. Oh, if they have Force, they have Force. Alright. Still have Vamp. What am I vamping for at this point, though? Not actually sure. Time Walk. Maybe I should just cast Ancestral on their turn. I had Flusterstorm covered by Misstep, so maybe that was just a little greedy. Think we just want to get Sapphire. I guess we can just get a Soul Ring. My opponent has a Misstep. I mean, I have a Misstep, so. I mean, we have another payoff here. They have an answer? Oh, Bowmaster. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's good against my ring, right? Or at least okay against my ring. I didn't bring in Bowmaster answers besides like Chain, which is not exactly a Bowmaster answer. I don't actually need to, right? I have Volkey. So what I was going to do with my Saga stuff. Mystic Sanctuary. Woo. Time Walk back on top. Sweet. Doesn't really do anything, but still sweet. I probably should not have. Probably should not have played that land in case I hit a land off of my spin. Silly me. A new Urza. Yeah, why not? Another Construct token. Not enough to spin again. But it would have been. Oh, they're just jump. Sure, that's fine. All right. Well, they're drawing Time Walk, which doesn't do anything. Okay, you got it. Yep, that's fine. Doesn't do anything. Now what? Now where are we at, opponent? Nope. I'm just gonna take damage for this so that I can pay for Fluster or whatever, or even Hardcast Negation. Also, these creatures are humongous. Alright, I guess we're activating, spinning. The One Ring. Sure. Let's cast that. Draw. Let's attack and then draw. I think I'm still interested in drawing, right? I guess I don't need to draw because I can make sure I have a lethal attack next turn. Cool. Well, that game was a lot better. Do I want a Fatal Push in my deck to answer? Nah, I don't really care. What's a Bowmaster to a god? Is Urza a god? I mean, gotta be kind of close, right? Human Artificer, but he would certainly enjoy if you called him that. That is a hell of a draw. Okay. How much mana is that? I'm acting like a Jewel player out here with all this mana. Woof. All right. Could get Spell Pierce, though. Oh, I can play around Spell Pierce? What the frick? I can just play around Spell Pierce. I guess we start with the ring. I guess we just get a ring. Okay, Time Walk. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on this Time Walk because I think they can have like Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce, and it just makes sense to just wait. Like we're not really losing anything by waiting. I mean, if this is just getting Ancestral and they're casting Ancestral into negation again, like that doesn't matter again. And even if they fluster back up, means they're tapped out. My draw was just like the power, all the power. I heard you like power. Let's play power, which is good. It's good for winning. Winning is fun. All right, Ancestral with Flusterstorm backup. Still throwing our negation into the mix. It's definitely worth. I'm gonna keep the blue around, I think. I don't need the Lorien revealed. Oh, okay. Resolve. There's... Once again, I have this Mana Crypt, one ring combination gaming happening. Force. All right, well, I'm gonna draw. And then I'm gonna go get a... Maybe I should just left it. I should have played this top first so I could draw a blue card for force if I did something that I cared about. I should spin at end of turn. I am kind of in garbage time here. Just not paying attention. Sure. I accept. I'll probably just draw all of these on my upkeep with the ring. And then go Vault Key. After I take my damage, but before my library gets shuffled by Urza's Saga, I draw a blue card for force, take some damage. Don't need a construct here. Simply get a manifold key and then go demonic. Oh, I don't have do not have a blue mana. I was gonna say Demonic Tinker, but I don't have a blue mana yet, so I gotta go find one. Hold on. I played a land up, so that might be a challenge, actually. Yeah. Alright, well, I am waiting until next turn, apparently. Though I could always just untap and draw more cards. I'll just kill off this Mana Crypt, and then, oh, I'm, like, not even maximizing the damage. Sorry, chat. I am playing not optimally. I have about 1,000 mana, and my opponent is 2 islands. And I have multiple counter spells, and I don't care. Which is not a good thing for the streamer. The streamer has to stay focused and care. I've drawn about 1 million cards with this one ring here. I'm about to draw 1 million more. And then tinker it away. Dark Ritual, alright. You got it. Sedgemoor Witch, you got it. None of these things are cards I care about. Alright. Alright. You dead. I'm like, again, just trying not to take damage and die for no reason. Trying to play around Flusterstorm. Alright. Don't do as I wait, do as I say, not as I do. That was bad. I will focus up for round 4. Alright. Your wizard is here. Round 4. Yeah. Man, playing with Tinker again honestly just evokes good feelings. Saga, not so much. I guess if this was an island, I would not get to cast Tinker on turn 1, but I'd feel better about it, I think. Let's see. Let's see what my opponent has. If they have a Wasteland, then I'll be mad. They have Atraxa, Lotus, Time Walk, Pearl. All right, well, they have not the strongest draw. So let's just make a Soul Ring and kill our opponent on turn 2. Oh, wait, I don't have a blue mana. Uh-oh. Never mind. Saga sucks. Time Walk. I assume. Yeah, that's fine. They're on Mindbreak Trap, untap Black Lotus. They're 1 mana away from Atraxa. Okay. Blue mana? Urza Saga, man. Who plays this Magic card? Is it Orchard Hardcast Atraxa? Or do we have something better to do? I guess, depending on what I draw for turn, depends on what I tinker for. Because if I draw a blue land, I can just get a key and then tinker for Time Vault. So far, I feel like the Gadgeteer has been useless and worse than the Chrome Shark. So, not a great outlook for our Vidalcan Artificer Detective. That's not to say it's been bad. It has been a blue card that has drawn me a bunch of cards, which I do like. I do like that. I just wish, I don't know. There's a lot of these like 2 and a blue creatures that do stuff with artifact spells, and I'm just not convinced this is the best one. But that kind of goes to show you how low power level this set is. I had to dig kind of deep. Oh, Wasteland on my not interesting on my other saga. All right, I mean that's fine. I will commit to your oath if you'd like. And then drew a Karn. All right, well, I'm going to make 2 construct tokens and then get a Black Lotus. And I'm going to just throw the whole game at a Tinker here. They drew a Spell Pierce. I know 2 of their last cards. 2 of their last 3 cards. So they'd have to have drawn another card that mattered. Citadel, and I have a negation. No, that doesn't even counter Atraxa. Oh, come on. Not like this, man. I mean, I still probably win even if they cast Atraxa, but like the fact that I just can't even counter the Atraxa is just so silly. Like they're casting Atraxa, right? Yeah. Yup. Not good. If they hit like Boseiju Black Lotus or Boseiju, oh, they hit Boseiju, but they didn't hit any Moxen. They did hit Vigor, but they didn't hit a green card. I don't know what the last card in their hand is. We do have negation on our turn though if they go upkeep. But they also hit like 4, lots of instants actually. I think they hit 6 instants, 3 lands, and an enchantment. So they're keeping the Breach, a land, for keeping Breach, Boseiju, almost certainly, and then they're keeping one of these. Oh boy, this game got real hard, huh? So instead of making a construct, I could have just time walked, right? What are we doing? Who's playing? Who let this guy play Magic? Who watches this guy? Yeah, so instead of making a construct, I could have just not made a construct, had a bunch of extra blue mana, and time walked, right? All right, so they kept Vigor, green card, or Vigor, Boseiju, Breach. Do they have a green card? And do they go on my upkeep is the question. Yeah. It might even be worth it for them to wait until I draw just because they know it wasn't a land drop because I didn't have a land drop that turn, so. All right, we've got a Forensic Gadgeteer. All right, that should be lethal, right? We've got a Sapphire. I have a Vamp so I can get a Time Walk. Actually, at this point, it's a Time Vault. Yeah, this looks like a lethal turn to me. I kind of need huh. Can I lose somehow? No, I know they have. I know they're 2 of their 3, so I can't get Force, so I just Time Walk. I shouldn't have done this. I should have just. I don't know. Instead of DT Vamp, I should have like DT'd for something else besides Time Vault because I can Vamp for Time Vault. Yeah. So what was I supposed to do? I was supposed to DT for I don't know, Lotus or something. Wait, I didn't. Yeah, it's fine. I can Vamp now for Black Lotus, I guess. Oh wait, I don't have a Lotus in my deck. So I go down to 3, and then I go down to 1. I'll just get a Emerald or something. Is that enough? I'll get an Academy. That's fine. Wow, Justin, I tried really hard to make that game like a way harder than it needed to be. I what? I'm not even like attacking with all my units for lethal. I think I need to go to bed. I'm sorry, chat. I guess there's no chat. I can go to bed if I wanted to. I do want to finish this the whole league though. So, all right. So we're up against Oath. I'm just out of it. So I think the problem is this is the second league I recorded today, but the other league I just couldn't even use. So I think Chain and Cage makes sense here. And then yeah. And then I don't really like Mystical. It's like fine. I feel like these Gadgeteers are what's gonna get cut because we're playing against Oath. So you don't really want to have your Gadgeteers in play. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cut the Gadgeteers and I'll play Mindbreak Trap. And we're just gonna try to play Ring Control here. I still have a couple creatures in my deck, but this is the same thing I would do even if I had these were like Sharks or something else, because it's just there's no reason to give my opponent free Oath triggers when they have to kind of work for it. It's not that it's hard to get Oath triggers. It's fairly easy to get Oath triggers, but you can't just like give them to them for free, right? So Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, I think this matchup should be quite good, right? We have like a million counter spells, and we just get the ring going. If we resolve the ring, it's really hard to deal with. It's not really hard to deal with because there's Oko. I don't know, maybe this matchup isn't as good as I think it is. Like they have Vigor and Beseiju and stuff. I actually don't have any way to rebuy Vault Key at all. So if they like Beseiju Vault Key, I have to win normally, which might be challenging. Might not be. Who knows? Oh, that was something that this deck didn't have. Maybe it wants to have a Yogwill. I think a Soul Guide Lantern in the sideboard and a Yogwill in the main, maybe. Kind of can't remember like what I thought about this deck when we played it with Chromos Seed Sharks. But I feel like those were part of it. So at the Scryfall, it tumbles. What's opponent thinking about? Going first? Hey, that's new. It says I lead the match 1-0 in the game log. Ah, here we go. I do not have a force against my Oath opponent on turn 1. It's probably not good enough. I have a force, I have a cage, I have a ring, I have lands, I keep. Alright. Hey, look at my secrets. They're all good. All good ones. Volcanic Island. Pass. Island. Fullest Citadel, Grafdigger's Cage. The classic combination. If opponent wants to force this or Spell Pierce or whatever, it's fine. I don't care too much. Hopefully we draw an Ancient Tomb next turn. That would be ideal. Classic Volcanic Island Underground Sea Oath deck. That's fine. Okay with them demonicking and then spending money on, or not money, spending mana on whatever and forcing it. I guess if they like go for like a value play of Ancestral, it might be worse for me, but did not hit the land drops we were looking for here. Oath. Oath. Gonna hit the thing with the Urza, see if they have a force backup or a pierce or a fluster. Looks like they do. Oh, brainstorm. Okay. If they do resolve this, we do have some recourse still. If we draw Ancient Tomb, we can blank their Oath trigger with the ring, which is kind of a weird one because this is actually target player, and so if if you have protection, you can't be targeted. So there is some counterplay there. All right, but the Oath is countered. So now I can still draw a blue card as a Force of Will if we need it. So this gives me a lot of good draws. Ancient Tomb, sweet. I do still think it's better to just resolve the ring and draw a card than to not. No, I just F6 through the attack. Kind of didn't want to do that, but it's okay. Opponent knows I have a force. They don't know about the other cards in my hand. Another ring. All right. Or sorry, another Oath. I can blank that with the ring as well. A new ring. So I'm going to try to just draw as many cards as I can here. Draw close to casting the Citadel. Okay, let's just get a new ring. I think I'd rather draw a card once now. Maybe, not sure. Didn't draw a blue card though. Could play a Sensei Stop to try to draw a blue card. Don't think that matters much though. They can't Oath me this turn, so next turn's the turn that matters. Hoping we hit a way to cast the Citadel. All right, back to us. Lose a life. I wonder if keeping the bigger ring was better. Not sure. Oh, I shouldn't have drawn now, right? Because I did hit my Citadel, but I have a top, so it shouldn't matter either. Let's play a top first so that if I need to draw a blue card, I can. Black, black, Citadel. All right, that resolves. Let's demonic. Demonic for. Oh, I don't know. What do we demonic for? I did tap my blue mana. Demonic is the way that got punished for me, but I didn't want to take to 2 life for no reason. I feel like I just get a key. And then I'm 2 mana away. I don't have a lot of life to work. Oh, there we go. Show me your secret. Brain freeze. I'm at 6 spells. $24. It's close. Probably have to counter a copy. 8, 9, 28. I have a saga though, so we're fine. I don't have a lot of life though. I don't want to draw any more cards. So I don't have enough. No, I do have enough to untap my mana vault. Oh, they're not going to brain freeze? Should brain freeze me. So this is 8 times 9 is 28. I can just let this all happen, right? I don't care. 3, 6, 9. It's fine because I have 2 sagas in my hand. I could counter off the top, but I actually need the life, right? Oh, I wonder if I die to my ring? I shouldn't, right? I did just lose my 2 chains. I shouldn't though, because I should kill them so fast, right? 9. Pretty sure this is just gonna do it. Yeah, I don't think any of this matters. Oh, I also have a Bolus of Citadel activation. So I can just get rid of my ring. All right, sweet. Kind of a weird way to end this game, but if I didn't, would I actually regret not missing that 1 attack? Kind of, right? It would be just enough. All right. Cool. Another one. All right, here we go. 5th and final round up against everybody's favorite opponent, Absorbent 3. Not the greatest anti-absorbent 3 hand, but I can counter the turn 1 Minsc Boo. So probably worth keeping. Mana Crypt. Sure. Besiege you. Collector Oof your Mana Crypt? No, they don't want it. All right. Ancestral Recall. I hear that's a strong Magic the Gathering card. I think I'm interested in casting that on their turn, though, so I don't overdraw here. Let's get drawn. I've drawn a lot of power, I think, in this league here. All right, we got a Gadgeteer. Gadgeteer might not be useful against a Collector Oof deck, but maybe it'll be good. So far, Gadgeteer has not really existed in my One Ring deck, but all right. Is it the turn 2 Boo? I have that covered. I am ready for the Boo. Who's your daddy? Yep. I know who you are, opponent. I've seen through you. Classic. Just gonna get the Karn in play here. Slow him down a bit. I don't think I'm gonna kill the Mana Crypt. I think I'd rather have them take damage for it. Obviously, they can remove this, but it's not like that easy to remove a Karn. So, I think we'll let it be. Now what, opponent? Now what? I have a Saga coming. I've got the Gadgeteer coming. I've got counter magic, kind of, to some degree. I also have infinite mana next turn, right? Because I could have gone Ancient Tomb and Engineer or Gadgeteer, Salt Monolith, infinite mana, but nothing to do with it. It's kind of cool that I actually had that. I didn't really realize I had that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. They have a Pyrostatic Pillar. I don't think I care about a Pyrostatic Pillar that much. Saga Gaming. Needle Null Rod Cage Monolith. Let's get a Gadgeteer in here. I do take some damage for that. I think we'll go get the Monolith so that I have the ability to make infinite mana next turn. I can like cast Portal, I guess. I don't know. Am I like, what else am I gonna do? All right. I mean, at least we can make infinite mana for fun. I've never done that yet, so. Again, it doesn't really do anything, but like if I had a lattice, I guess it would have done something. I don't have like a way to turn the mana into different colors, so like portaling my opponent doesn't really do anything. Oh, they're just going to Pyroblast my Gadgeteer. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. Like, it's not a thing that I actually have to counter, so I'm not going to. Opponent's at 8 life now. I have a Saga. Like, they have to kill this Saga. If they don't have like way to kill this Saga, things are bad for them. The whole pillar was kind of prohibitive of my doing stuff. I'll just make a construct and kill them. Seems like the right way to go about it, you know? This Mana Crypt's been nice to me, too. They've been doing some sweet damage to my opponent. Basic Forest, Basic Mountain, Besiege you. What you got? Float green mana pass. That is certainly something you could choose to do. This is gonna be one of them lethals. After I put all the artifacts in play. Oh, Beseiju? Okay, not lethals. Not bad. Guess there's like no reason to cast anything, huh? I guess I can cast a Sphinx. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could cast a Sphinx here. Wait, no, I need to make blue, black, and white. Yeah, I could cast a Sphinx. I should cast a Sphinx. That would have been fun. Maybe next turn. I kind of wanted to just hold up magic of the counter variety and just beat down for deaths. I guess I don't have that many more casts left either. Oh, they have another one? What is this? This is a hard cast Vigor. No. All right, cast a couple things, kill my opponent, have a good time. Should we name with this needle? Feels like a you are already dead angle to me. MTGO being a little laggy, but we got there. Gadgeteer got pyroblasted, so alright. This is a fetal push dismember matchup. This is a I feel like we still want Tinker, but I don't know. I guess it's a Sphinx matchup. They have like so many answers that it's hard to say. Karn kind of seems not necessarily that good. I don't know. It's hard. It just depends on which cards they put in their deck. Like I think in general, negation is not good, but it is good against exactly Boo, which they do have a couple of. So maybe we'll play a couple, and then we'll just cut this mystical. Try this. I don't know. I don't know how much the individual choices matter as much as drawing the right cards. Wait. Doesn't make sense, Justin. Mulligan. Keep. I guess the problem is that tinkering for a Sphinx against like the quadruple Beseiju deck is silly, but tinkering for anything against the Beseiju deck is silly, so I don't know if that means like we're supposed to just have everything or like keep a Citadel. I sure hope our opponent doesn't play turn 1 Collector Roof, actually. That would be quite bad for us. Maybe they have Pyroblast. I drew the Sphinx. Classic. So I guess I can tinker for a ring, a ding ding. Maybe I tinker my construct token. This is a vigor. I guess that makes it hard for me to tinker. Oh, lightning bolt on my construct token. Okay. That certainly is going to make me choose some things. Tinker this. We get a ring. All right, well, still pretty bad against Collector Roof. Wasteland. Pass. What does that mean? They want me to lose some life? Should I spin it? I feel like a spin is fine. There's actually not that many things I can hit, but it's fine. It's more fun this way, right? A ring of the soul variety. So unfortunately, my Black Lotus and my Mox Pearl are in the yard. So I don't know if I can actually cast this Sphinx. I think the answer is no. I actually think I cannot cast the Sphinx because both of my white sources are in my yard. Is there a Brainstorm in this deck? There is not. Sweet. Excellent deck building. Ooh? Simian Spirit Guide Boo? Sure looks like it. Oh, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That's a good one. I like that card a lot. This card feels like it should see more play in Vintage than it does. I don't know what it needs. I think it needs a blue deck. And we've tried to make like big blue-red shells. That just didn't seem like they worked super well. But this card is so strong. And it's so easy to cast in Vintage. All right. I draw. I draw. I don't have much life left. Gadgeteer. No force. Bunch of Lorien revealed. Doesn't this kind of stink? I mean, if I draw Moxen, I can like go off now with my Urza and my Gadgeteer. But I don't even feel like I'm in that good of a spot. I didn't draw any Force of Wills off that either. So like if they play something I have to force, like I can't do it. So like if they go like land, oof, wasteland my 2 black sources. Could be bad. They chose not to use Fable? What does that mean? Does that mean they have a boo? What do you keep in your hand? 2 cards, keep both cards? I assume it's like land boo, right? Maybe it's land oof, like I just said. Land oof. Wasteland, wasteland. I'll just go get another underground sea. Not that it helps me, because I don't have it as member, but... Well, I guess they do have an artifact if they attack. I have a Pyroblast covered at least, but I'm running out of health, man. I should not have played that before drawing. Again. Chain, Dismember, Mana Crypt. One ring number 2. All right, so I can do tons of stuff. Because I have a chain and I have everything mixed. Blue mana. That's just fine. I'll just play a new ring. Maybe that's not fine. Maybe I really actually need it. I have a mana crypt I need to get rid of. Let's just draw cards with these. How am I winning the game again? Does it matter? I didn't board in the other chain. Oh no. This mana crypt can kill me because I don't have a second chain or a tinker left in my deck. Huh. Sure hope I don't die. They have a strip mine for a saga. Hmm. Hmm. Normally I just like get a sphinx or something, like gain some life, but now I don't want to activate my ring really. Kind of have to not die to this mana crypt. Lost my first flip. I guess I can activate the ring and play a new ring, so. I guess an Urza would make a construct token. Maybe I should just play an Urza. Just play a new ring. I could probably be like a little bit more aggressive, but this gives me 2 flips, so. I think I'm just gonna get a new Urza so I get a construct here. I feel like that's better. I guess I could have done it post combat, so I could have attacked. Well, I guess I can't attack. It's a 2/2 or whatever. All right, fine. All right, I have a force. I have a 6/6. I guess if I wasn't cracking these clues, it'd be a lot bigger, but I don't know. They also make another 2/2 here, but I have a dismember. Feels weird. Feels so weird. I feel like I just need a Yogwell in this deck, and everything would be so easy if I just have a Yogwell. Oh, they had a Besiju. Maybe they have 2 Besijus now. Yeah, I'm gonna put a Yogwell in this deck if I ever play another one of these kind of decks again. Come on, Mana Crypt. I lost another Mana Crypt flip. Not great. Yay. What am I even doing? This is another Besiju? Man, that is wild. Running out of time. I found my vault key. I just don't know if I can survive the mana crypt flips. Boy. So I need to find a saga token. I'm really scared here. I took the Karn out too, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Can't put the Sphinx. I just have to win crypt flips again? How do I put myself in this situation? I've lost 2 crypt flips in a row. I've lost all 3 crypt flips. Oh, I can't protect myself from crypt flips. Can I? Don't think so. Maybe I can. Guess we'll find out, because like I don't have anything in my deck, right? Like nothing in my deck matters. Like I don't have a white source. I don't know if I have a single card in my deck that actually matters anymore. Just like, do I win my crypt flips? Does protection from everything give me protection from my crypt? I still need to win a flip though, because like even if it does, I still need to attack. And I need another turn to do that. I guess I could have another ring. Do I have any more rings? I don't have any more rings. No. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I get protection. Ah, man, I just should never have I should have mental misstep the pyroblast so that I could have bounced my crypt back to my hand. That was the problem. If I simply mental misstep the pyroblast, I would have been in a better spot here. That was the big misplay. Yikes. Unless I'm missing something. I don't know if I am. I'd have to look again. I lost the 4th flip. I don't have protection, but it doesn't matter, and I die. Oh, Justin. I lost all 4 flips and died. I do think I want this portal in my deck, actually. I'm just gonna put the portal and the stupid Karn. I can't exile things from my yard though, so the Karn is like useless. With the other Chain of Vapor though, I definitely thought I had 2 Chain of Vapors in my deck. I don't know why I didn't have 2 Chain of Vapors in my deck. Man, this has been an atrocious league in terms of my level of play, but I guess that happens sometimes. All right, this hand is Saga Jet. I cannot play Saga Jet Go because if I do that, I will simply get Vigored immediately, right? So I just have to go. I guess no matter what, I can't really play around that. Huh. This is bad. This Saga's gonna get me killed, isn't it? Is this Saga not gonna get me killed here? Like, I'm gonna trigger on the stack, get Vigored, and not be able to cast anything. Not like this. Can I draw land? Or a Mox? Or something? Land, Mox, something. Mana, 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 mana. Not Saga? I could have not played my jet is what I could have done. That makes my dismember worse, but I could have like not played my jet and then played Saga and then played my jet. Well, I didn't get Vigored, so that's a good sign. I don't know what that means for us here, but oof, there it is. Pyroblast, Beseiju, Pyroblast. Okay. Do I mean I get Vigored now? Still bad for me if I get Vigored. Did not get Vigored, so what's our best line of attack? I kind of think I like Mana Vault Ring. Try to hit my land drop. So I guess that does leave me some. I have some problems in play. Second Saga. Okay. This looks winning, but it's absorbing 3. Maybe they play like Exile all artifacts or something. I don't know. Black Lotus, farewell. Wasteland. Which one are you gonna wasteland? This one or this one? That one. Okay. And then oof, there it is. I actually don't want them to play Pyrostatic Pillar here. Tarmogoyf. I don't think I care about Tarmogoyf, though. I hope. Alright, I lose a life from Mana Vault. I lose a life from the ring. I don't have a lot of life to work with, huh? There's a real cost of this nonsense. You have a vigor now? Oh, no. Okay. I don't even want to cast this stupid probe. Time walk. I didn't draw land. So land cycle. Oh, I guess that makes this Tarmogoyf not dismemberable, but I don't think that matters much. All right, what is in your hand? Mental misstep. Okay. Time walk. Let's draw some more cards. This is like a key no matter what. I feel like I make a construct here no matter what. I have to remember though, if any of my things die, I can't get them back. Demonic. Oh, maybe I should have demonicked for Academy. Yeah, I could have demonicked for Academy instead. Let's just get a million ring. I have so much. Demonic. I could just go Black Lotus Urza. Or I could save life and go Ring. I think I like this. I guess if I get Vigored, like hardcast Vigored, I chump with Urza. I don't know. I'm gonna draw like 10 cards next turn, right? Ooh, Caracas bounce Urza. Okay. I should have gotten Tolarian Academy. I'm almost threatening lethal though, so I mean I'm going to threaten lethal. They're gonna have to have something, but I don't have force for vigor. Ooh, man. Why does this deck feel like it struggles so much to like win a game? Inti. Love it. They don't care about Caracas Urza, I guess. I guess Caracas Urza, not the greatest when you're not beating construct tokens at the moment. All right, let's draw my whole deck. I lose a bunch of life. That's fine. I lose a bunch of life. That's fine. And then I draw. Tinker, Volt Key with multiple forces, though I need to be careful of Beseiju still. Can I do anything about Beseiju? I can just put a lethal attack in play. Maybe the best play is just to tinker for a portal. And then make a lethal attack. They have to Beseiju now. Then yeah. So they have Beseiju. But I guess I don't have Volt Key now, but that's fine. Ooh, Beseiju Inti combo? Kind of sicko. I like that. Yeah. Pick your poison. Nice. All right. So I need to get a million more artifacts to go off this turn. What is my best line? I kind of like don't want my ring to kill me. I guess I have a chain of vapor. So let's just do Manamo. Untap. I don't have a time walk. Draw. There's my Tolarian. Key. Draw. I have 15 cards left in my deck. All right, let's play some stuff. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's do blue. This. This. Racketeer. I'm gonna win the game is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna play all my stuff out. And then I'm going to bounce it all back to my hand with chain. I guess I don't even need to. Wait, this is kind of fun though, isn't it? Oh, I don't have any zeros left. All right, I guess it's just Sensei's top. That makes mana. Attack. Woohoo! I actually went 4-1 with this. What was my loss to? Oh, it was the mono white matchup that felt pretty winnable, but I kind of messed up. Yeah. That's a nice little 4-1. Not a bad little outing. This card, like, is a thing. Like, it does a thing. The thing is fine. Cast Artifact, Investigate. Your clues cost 1 less. This card's okay. I don't know if it's better than Chrome Sheed Shark, or better than a Call, or better than Sai, or better than Emery, or better than all of the other random Artificer blue cards, but it's another neat little addition. We had the ability to take infinite mana at one point in this, which was cool. I think the infinite mana thing is like a little bit better and maybe in Legacy, where you can like actually have a bunch of payoffs. Like you could theoretically play Gadgeteer, Basalt Monolith, and then play like all your Karns, Mystic Forges, Rings, and stuff. But in Vintage, you don't have like a lot of truly colorless payoffs. So I'm not sure it's worth like playing Basalt Monolith, but I don't know. I actually kind of had fun with this. It was not a bad time. If I make this, let's fix this deck right now. If we do this deck again, let me export this first in the plain text format. Oh, if we do this ever again, number one thing I want in this entire deck is a Yogg-Will. My God, I want a Yogg-Will so bad. So let's get a Yogg-Will in here, and I also want a Soul Guide Lantern in my sideboard. Let's get the Fatal Push out of there. That card is garbage in this deck. Horrible, horrible card in this deck. Actually, it's nice because the Gadgeteers and the Chrome Mox is actually, or not Chrome Mox, is the Chrome Host Sea Sharks actually made it better by being able to sack things, but wait, I guess you can't sack the other things. The Gadgeteer made it better. Anyways, this is like still very powerful. Tinker and the One Ring are all good cards. It's just hard to use. Ancient Tomb and One Ring is like a real rough one though. I'm not really sure what you can do about it. Maybe just play tighter is probably the real answer to the question. But thank you for watching. More vintage videos on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.